Safely Packing with London Real, brought to you by Bulletproof. Learn how to hack your sleep.
So I was watching one of your videos you made many years ago, I think last week, and it was one of your, I think your basic street fighting methods and also the mentality. Which
like Animal Day, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and it was fascinating the way you talked about it because, I mean, I've been training, Thai boxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for many, many years. And in a controlled environment, I have a certain way of reacting. But I'm not expecting a groin kick. No. And I'm not expecting what you said, which is somebody's mate punching me in the head while I'm on the ground with someone else. Or you made a great observation. Someone walking down the streets might kick you in the head,
happens all the time,
even if you're mounted on someone else. And so I could just see everything I learned in martial arts would actually probably hurt me in a street fight. Give me a false sense of confidence. I would think, oh, I've got him down on the ground in a choke, I'm winning. When in fact I wasn't. But I wonder if you could just talk a bit more about that.
Well, it's, again, that was me. I've kind of got all of these fears, and one of them is that I'm a second dan in karate at the time, but I'm still afraid of confrontation. And when I talk to my teachers, they try and encourage me to to solve that in the dojo, but the dojo is too controlled. Even when it's hugely physical, it's still controlled. They didn't talk about the pre-fight, the in-fight, the post-fight, the adrenal dump. They didn't talk about the fact that someone's going to stand in front of me and say, I don't give a fuck that you're a black belt, because I'm going to find out where you live. I'm going to come around your house when you're having tea with your mum. I'm going to bite your nose off and spit it down your fucking throat. So I don't give a fuck about your second dan. And that terror of this guy not caring, he might not be able to fight the tide in the bath, but that immediate confrontation of posturing, it triggers the flight instinct in us. And the flight instinct is so powerful that I've watched legends run away from fights and bottle it in real fights.
Because that's the opposite of the spirit of a martial arts dojo. I mean, a martial arts dojo is all about respect. No one would have said a tenth of that in a martial arts dojo.
No.
So in a way, it doesn't really prepare you for the street, does it?
So we prepared people by dealing with the most difficult thing, which was posturing, and the reality of a real situation, which is close range. Maybe you've got 18 inches, because all situations are very close and they start very close. Preemption is the only constant. It's the only constant. It's the only thing that works all the time.
Which is to preempt the fight by
just
posturing.
To hit first.
Oh, hit first. Okay,
just to hit first. Yeah, hit first, and use artifice. Even Masashi only had 3 preemptions. He didn't have any concept of blocking and countering, trapping and countering, because he knew that wouldn't work in a real situation because the situation was too close and too volatile. So we said you initiated it by using deception and then hitting first or striking first. So his 3 preemptions were hit them before they think of hitting you, hit them as they think of hitting you, hit them when they twitch. And I've done all 3, and I've been through hundreds of fights doing that. And it's the only thing that works consistently. Of course, I'm a big grappling fan. I did full-time judo with Neil Adams for a long time.
Chuck Norris was quite a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
He's a really good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy.
Yeah, people didn't know that about him.
But the worst thing you could do in a real fight is go to the floor, because, like I say, even strangers come round, and I've seen people literally jump on other people's heads. They're not even involved. You're on top of somebody. You're on the mount. Someone walking past from the chip shop just presumes that you're the bully because you're on top, and you get you get your jaw broke, or you get hoofed in the head, and then loads of other people join in, or you get stabbed. I've seen loads of people stabbed by the girlfriends, by the mothers, I remember getting into a situation with a guy once. It was a match fight outside a factory.
Which is a pre-arranged fight.
A pre-arranged one-on-one. And 4 guys. 4 neighbours came running out from the house, and because I was dominating this guy, it did end up on the floor. You're a bit safer with a one-on-one, but even this, I ended up on the floor because I made a mistake. These people come out, one of them had a screwdriver, was going to stab me, just neighbours of this factory, because they thought I was the bully. It was just actually an arranged match fight. So going to the floor is in a match fight or in a pre-arranged fight. Obviously, we know the grapplers always win, but when you start to include like a penknife or a sharp pencil, or you include biting, or you include other people, so other people might get involved, it becomes a very dangerous place to be. So we were in thousands and thousands of violent situations, and no one ever went to the floor. No one kicked. It was just very close range, preemption with artifice,
Is part of the preemption being vocal and projecting a real dominant thing? I saw a little bit of that.
Depending, yeah, that's the posturing. So if you didn't want to be physical and you wanted to solve the situation without being physical, you would posture.
Okay.
So you would create a gap by striking them, by pushing them back, create a gap. You would posture, you'd make yourself very big, you'd balloon back and forward, you'd salivate, you'd swear, you'd come into monosyllables. And the main thing is that you're creating a gap. When you create a gap, it triggers the flight instinct, and very few people will come forward if you create that gap. And again, we're talking about a situation that might last a few seconds. We're not talking about a situation that's going to happen over an hour. You trigger the adrenaline so hard in them that all of their instinct just wants to run away. And like I said, even really experienced people get caught by that. So you start to learn how to use adrenaline. You control it in yourself and you use it in other people, and you just work on the stuff that works every single time, which is preemption, hitting first.
This week on London Real, we have astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I wake up every morning astonished that an astrophysicist can have 1.7 million Twitter followers.